Hey, you're going to teach the class. Are you? Blessings crew, and welcome to this week's offering, part one. I do have my assistant with me, and we are up at the beautiful Heart and Soul today, and it is nice and quiet out here, so I'm hoping he'll be alright. Yeah, good to have a scratch though. So we're going to start at the front of our mats and just kind of finding your way to what I often call centre, and people are like, what do you mean when you say come to centre? Okay, and so coming to centre is when we arrive, we're often this way and that way. Okay, so sometimes we'll arrive on a yoga mat, but we're a bit scattered. You know, our thoughts are here and there, and that's why we're doing yoga, right? To find that kind of centre line again. And so we can do it physically, crown of the head down to the space between your feet. But we also want to do it mentally. So we feel like we're bringing it all into alignment. And so if we're scooting around the place, we're kind of going, I don't have to do that for half an hour or an hour if you're rolling these two together. And so we kind of bring ourselves into that centre. Emotionally too, sometimes if we're on a bit of a roller coaster, we're like, can I actually find that centre again? And so that's what I mean. And so, especially with asana practice, which is what we're doing, we're concentrating on that centre. Sometimes we need to shake it off first, right? Monty's really good at that, isn't you? Super good at shaking stuff off. So sometimes we need that, right? We need the human version of that, which can be to kind of have a shake. Let us take a deep breath and kind of breathe it out and think, okay, I can be here, I can be where I am, and I don't have to be in those other places that my brain is going right now. I can kind of just have a little bit of space for me. So let's breathe, let's find your version of that, you know, and it might be a complete work in progress. And just something that you catch for seconds every now and then, but enjoy those seconds, all right? And be gentle on yourself if it takes a bit to find them. Wriggle your toes. Come up onto the ball of your feet. Wriggle around on the ball of your feet. And then come down. Lift your toes up, give them a wriggle. I've just worked out what you're looking at. One moment, please, callers. Okay. Okay. And then we're going to reach up into that space. And then we're going to exhale and come down. And we're going to inhale, we're going to find movement and breath at the same time. And exhale. Yes, you can get up there. Yes, you can. And inhaling, coming up. And exhale, coming down. He's just, as you might have seen, recognised that's my chair from my lounge, from my dining room that he loves. It's your chair, isn't it? And then we're going to come up, and this time when we come up, we're going to come down through that centre line to the heart space. I'm going to sink the tailbone back. And we're breathing and we're just being where we are, including having, you know, a wandering dog who's just kind of finding where he wants to be. And we're breathing and breathing and breathing, and we might go a little bit deeper and just warm those legs up a little bit more. And then we might come up, and we might link our fingers. We might giggle at the dog. Where's you? And we're going to go over towards the right, left, whichever way, slowly. Coming up through the ribs, nice long, slow, deep breath. And then inhale up and exhale the other way, just taking it slow, lifting up. Listening to your body, what does it need? inhaling up. And we're going to go hands down the back of the neck. And just lift the chest up slowly. So just come up nice and slow through that space. Opening up that space, opening up the breath. And then lifting. Bring the hands back down through that center line. Back down into our chair pose. Just notice your spine. See if it's starting to feel a bit warmer. This time we're going to come down, belly onto thighs, fingertips down. Start to lift the hips wherever they reach. Let the head drop. Long, slow, deep breath. Check the crown of the head and the neck. Make sure that we're letting them drop towards the floor. And then sinking down, bring the hands to the heart space. Come up slowly. Linking those fingers again. Heading over to the left. Big long extension, big deep, deep breath. We might notice that second time around we've got some more room. We can lift that little bit further. Work that little bit deeper into the sides of the body. And inhaling up, exhale. Take it across the other way again, just noticing. Where are we carrying attention? Where are we in a rush? How can we slow that down and just move into those little muscles that need that movement? And inhale, come up slow. Let the arms come down, nice and slow. Relax, let the shoulders drop. We're coming up and we're bringing those hands down the back. We're going to loosen our knees, loosen our glutes. They're there, they're support, but they're not the main act. We're going to lift the chest just slowly. You might notice that you're arching back a little bit. Just make sure that it feels all right. That you're lifting up out of the lower back, not crunching down into it. Nice deep breath here. And then coming up, down through that center line. You haven't quite found your spot, have you, mate? Into that half chair pose. Not sure. Not sure. Into a forward fold. Lift out through the hips, let the head drop. Long, slow, deep breath. And this time we're going to step our right foot back. We're going to go wide on our mat team into that wider forward fold. And just soften into the knee, so bend into one and bend into the other. We can keep that small movement, or we can take it a little bit deeper if that's what your hips feel like they need. And then we're just slowly coming into that forward fold. Let the head drop, let the face relax. Walking the hands in, bringing the heels in, coming up slow. So look after blood pressure, crew, on the way up, because sometimes you're going to leave our right foot where it is, turn our left toes to the front of the mat. Keep our hips to the side of the mat as we sink into a warrior. Reach these arms out, nice long deep breath, roll the shoulder blades down. Check that knee alignment in the front, it wants to wander in. And then just find your breath. Then we're going to straighten that front leg and we're just going to reach slowly up through that left arm, let that right arm drop down, that right leg. And then coming into that beautiful arm alignment, let's drop those shoulders down. We're going to reach over this front leg, straight leg, as if we were going to go into a triangle pose, but we're going to hang out there and we can lift that top arm if we want to make it a bit harder and look up to it. Good boy. Yeah. And as we lift up, we're going to come back into warrior. So sink back into that front knee. Long deep breath, let those shoulders kind of reach out. Arms might be starting to feel a bit warmer now. A little bit warmer. Straightening that front leg, let that right arm drop down, bring this left arm up. Opening those ribs up so I feel like we can lift into that space. And then we're coming forwards, and this time we're going into triangle, so we're reaching as far as we can reach. Then just let that hand come down wherever it reaches. Right arm lifting up, looking up to the thumb if we can, and extending that arm right up, so we're kind of lifting that right side of the ribs at the same time. You are itchy scratchy. I told you not to roll in that grass. Did you listen to your mama? No. I'm going to lift it up slowly. He did not listen to his mama. And we're going to sink into that warrior one more time, and not for long. Because we're going to start diving down, turning onto the ball of that back foot, into down dog team. So plank, and then up through the hips. Let those heels come down, lifting slowly. Let's bend our knees. Roll those hips up towards the roof. And then let the heels come down. And then bend into the knees. Lift the hips. Let the heels come down. One more, bend into the knees. Then lift the hips. Let those heels roll down. Left knee comes down, right foot steps it up. Tuck those back toes under, and left heel comes across to the middle of the mat. And as we come up, we've got our hips to that left side of the mat as well. Get your balance, get blood pressure. Then reaching these arms out, roll the shoulders down. We're going to sink into this front knee, just slow. Finding that shape, but the most interesting light at the moment, team, the sun is going through the big oak tree out the front. Oh, London plane tree out the front, and dancing across the room. So if it's a bit strange in the recording, my apologies. It's particularly beautiful if you're in it. So sinking into that breath, we've got that weight slightly to the outside edge of that front foot, and we're really reaching with this back arm. Another couple of breaths here. Then straightening that front leg. Left hand goes down, right arm lifts into those ribs. And then coming back, and we're into that kind of half triangle that's stronger for the body. So we reach as far as we can go forward, and we lift that left arm up, and we breathe, we look up to that thumb. Front leg is relatively straight without locking that knee. Come up slow, sink back into that warrior. Coming down through that front knee, reaching, breathing. Straighten out that front leg, left hand and goes back. Right arm lifts. Long, slow, deep breath, so really lifting into the ribs. And when we come forward, we're coming into triangles, so we're reaching over that front leg. Once we can't go any further, right hand comes down, left hand reaches up. Find your breath. Lift it up. Come into warrior briefly. Long, slow, deep breath. Reach out with those arms. And then slowly wheeling it down. Turn onto the ball of that back foot and step back into plank. And we can bring our knees down here, or we can come down through chaturanga or half chaturanga, or just melt yourself down. Big toes together. Roll the shoulder blades down and lift gently into cobra. A particularly cute white fluff ball is asleep under the camera, if you're wondering where he disappeared to. I'm just about disappearing off camera, but that's alright, you guys know what we're doing. We're going to roll back. And as we roll back, we're keeping our bum in line with our knees. And just stretching out heart towards the floor. Walking the hands in, but back towards heels. Space between the knees. Stack the forearms. Another way to center ourselves, team, is as you bring your forehead onto your arms, just kind of curl yourself around yourself. So feel like you're kind of gathering yourself like a cloak. And just gently bringing it around your body. Coming inwards, just gently. Let's reach our arms back out, just slow. Come up to all fours and bring those knees underneath you. And we're noticing, so as we cat-cow, we're coming forward with our chest, big inhale, and then we're exhaling, and that mid-spine is lifting up towards the roof, and our chin is tucking in. And then we're inhaling back the other way, and we're using our mid-spine rather than our lower back. And one more. And we're going to sit back, crew. We're going to sit round into kind of Baddha shape. Hi. Did you want to cuddle? Puppy cuddles optional. And so with this one, we're kind of first off working out how our hips are feeling, right? So well, there's a little bit of work in those warriors and that wide leg forward fold into the hip space. Sometimes it's not till we sit down that we feel, what that tightness level is like. So remember, you can sit on something, you can prop just under your bum to help. The main thing is we're trying to get that spine nice and straight. We're not kind of collapsing. And then to roll around the hips. And honestly, every day is going to be different with what it feels like, so be patient, go gently. Nice deep breath. We're going to tuck our chin in and drop our head over towards that right knee. And a little bit like we did when we were standing, we're noticing the sides of the body. They're getting a lot of stretch in this sequence, so they might be starting to feel it. And inhale out, exhale, take it the other way. And when we come up, we're going the same direction, but we've got the option here. Once we've tucked that head over, of just bringing our left hand onto our hip and turn and look upwards. So our head's still, we've got to be very careful of that neck, crew. Just notice. And then bring it back to center first. Take it to the other side. Head dropping down first. Then hand on hip and looking up. If that feels alright in your neck. There's a lot of muscle work going on and the sides of the body, the sides of the spine. Remembering you're using your head like a weight, 4 or 5 kilos worth. And bring it back to center. And lift up along the spine a little bit. We're going to take our legs nice and wide. And again, we might want to prop so that we can sit up straight. So that's just under those sit bones. Not very, like we're not actually sitting on the cushion as in it's right up here. It's just sitting under our bum. Just to roll that pelvis forward if you're having trouble or if it relieves a little bit, especially in the knees, team. Then what we're going to do is, again, we're just kind of finding where are we at with coming forward, depending on your puppy dog too. Nice deep, deep breath. Simple sequence, but many of the things that we often need to work on, from strength to flexibility and back again. While we're here, keeping that focus on the sides of the body, we're heading down that right leg. Can I have my left hand? Can I? And if your puppy dog will allow it, you're going to take that left arm and reach it up and over. Nice deep breath. We're going to turn and look under that arm. Inhale, come up slow, take it the other way. Lift it up slow. And give yourself just a moment of kind of sitting where you are. You might want to move your legs, or you might want to stay where you are. I'm going to bring our hands onto our belly. So just sitting them there gently. A little bit of movement into the sides of the body, okay? But we want to bring it to center, and so hands to belly. Those of you that might want to make Yoni Mudra, we talked about that in the last session, we can just kind of bring that there. Remembering that Yoni Mudra is fine for all body types and all genders, because it is about that feminine internal space, or the lunar internal space. So you're going to come inwards, bring the energy, and if that doesn't feel right, just kind of hold on to your tummy, or bring your hands. Just make sure that your hands are touching your body. I'm going to drop our shoulders down, and we're going to just check our neck, check your face, soften your gaze or close your eyes. And just breathe for a moment, just be in the breath, in the flow of the breath. As you come into the flow of your breath, notice the sensation of your hands as they rest on your body. And then bring your hands down to the floor. And just let yourself connect into place, to the whenua, to the land where you are. Gently giving thanks for that connectedness, your part in the nature of many things. And then bring the hands to the heart space. Bring it yourself into that center. If you are bringing these two offerings this week together, now's the time, of course, to put the part 2 on for those of you that are needing to go on into the rest of your day. You may want to go from here into meditation or Shavasana and then meditation, or simply just feel that center. But from here, thank you for being part of this. Many blessings, everyone.
Thanks, Monty.
No more rolling in the grass.
Itchy, itchy, itchy. Hey, itchy, itchy.